Hi, Will, Sandeep. The OC&C and Redseer partnership has been around for more than 5 years now. So if you look at the last year, what is one collaboration that is really, stands out for you?
I think a really good example of the collaboration has been the Taliban IPO that we worked on together. A real signature deal in consumer technology, and I think it was a great example of how we've been able to blend the sort of expertise that we've got between OC&C and Redseer in these kinds of consumer internet businesses, in this case delivery business, along with the real in-depth regional understanding of consumers and wise markets. So I think it's exactly these kind of signature deals, that combination of expertise that we can bring together, and the sort of things that we want to be working on. So that was a highlight for us, I think.
It was one of the largest tech deals of 2024 global levels, coming out of the region, the largest deal I think was with all years, and really had a lot of fun collaborating together. So, wow.
Interesting. And so everybody understands the role of bankers in an IPO, but the role of a market consultant is not that very well understood. So can you elaborate more on what is the role of a market consultant? How do you add value to that transaction?
Yeah, sure. So I think at the most basic level, what the market consultant and the market report that the consultants produce is trying to do is make sure there's a clear base of information about the market that the business which is going to float is occupying and active in. But also, certainly we try and go beyond that to make sure we understand that actually how does that market segment, what's the competitive landscape as well that this business operates in, so that prospective investors have a really clear understanding of not just the business but the market that it operates in, the competitors and other sort of alternative businesses that are sitting around it, so they can make well-informed decisions about investing in the prospects in their business.
Yeah. I think if I talk specifically about Talabat, right, I feel that the market is, I think of the market as the level of complexity. How complex is the company? Is it a single country operation? Is the business model very simple? So in Talabat's case, we're talking of 8 countries. They were operating in 8 countries. The level of maturity was very different for all these 8 countries. We're talking of UAE is not mature, Kuwait not mature, while Egypt, the per capita is very low, the AOVs are very low. So the maturity is very different, complexity different. The second level of complexity I feel was the business model itself. Food delivery was a lot more mature, but then there is grocery, which is slightly somewhere in the middle. And then there is quick retail coming where no one understands the market, how big is it, what the consumers want. So I think the complexity is also very different. And something like this requires very strong executional capabilities and on-the-ground expertise along with a strong packaging. So I think we were able to bring that together and get a very strong narrative. And that is seen by the oversubscription on the Talabat.
Yeah, I think that's particularly important in cases like this where the market information isn't necessarily easily readily available and requires a real sort of detective work, piecing these things together, often primary research to help build out the understanding of actually what is the real market landscape. It's not all neatly reported, and that's where the real value add, I think, comes.
Yeah. Got it. So to understand the business model well and also driving their industry narrative for the subscribers to understand. So this was a huge deal, like you mentioned, Sandeep. So what was the impact of this deal on the MENA, tech ecosystem?
Yeah. So I think first of all, the market, the IPO was subscribed in double digits. Right? They increased the subscription from 15% to 20%. We don't hear typically billions of dollars raised in our ecosystem. $2 billion raised for them. Even in terms of valuation, Delivery Hero, I think the valuation was 12 billion, while this company was valued at 10 billion market cap. So I think it was a very significant unlock for even Delivery Hero who's still in journey there. And I think the most important, I do feel that this was in a seminal moment for our region, because this attracted a lot of European investors, a lot of international investors. If you don't typically see, there's a lot of family offices that invest here. So we do get a lot of queries even now, for international companies to come in. So I think it really opened up the international ecosystem of this idea.
Yeah, I do think that businesses like this highlight the scale of consumer opportunity and consumer tech opportunity in regions like MENA, which people aren't necessarily aware of in the wider investor landscape. So I totally agree. It's an important sort of raising of the profile of the investment opportunities in the region, where you've got pretty significant population, one that's still growing quite fast, and within growing wealth levels. So a pretty interesting base of consumers to serve.
Got it. So it's a significant milestone from the standpoint of the tech and the IPO landscape in the region. Thank you so much, Sandeep and Will, for your thoughts. Very helpful.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Akshay.
Pleasure. Very nice to talk to you.